Welcome back, guys. Let's continue our Starfield playthrough. So before doing our current mission, delivering devils and finding the Percival, I wanted to do a couple of optional things that I found out. So first of all, I have sold my contraband items to the trade authority. So it seemed that these guys buy even the contraband items. So good to know. Another thing, I noticed that Sarah is not using her weapons anymore. It's probably because I sold everything from her inventory. And we're going to fix it, I think, if we give her at least a couple of cartridges of a laser ammunition, laser round. So let's give it 10 of these and 10 of the 3 kilowatt laser cartridges, I think. Don't know which she prefers to use. And when we'll get a weapon of a laser type, I'll give it to her and won't be selling it anyway. The other thing, what I wanted to say, let's get back to our ship and I'll show you other things. Okay. The other thing I noticed, if you remember, I have placed a couple of these windows as decorations on our ship, and I have noticed that these decorations are also a functional window. So if I go into my ship, see, we can even look through it. So it's better than just a random attachment on our ship's exterior. Pretty cool. Didn't even know that this was possible. Okay, other thing. I have bought a bunch, I think way too much materials. Too bad I didn't think of it earlier, because I sold a lot of common and uncommon materials a couple parts ago. So now I have 663 kilos of resources that I bought from a shop in New Atlantis. So we're going to use it on this research lab. So we don't have any skills in our science tree, but a little bit later I'm going to increase the research methods or something else from the first three, because I want to upgrade the weapons and engineering. So I could craft mods, could craft and install mods into our weapons and suits. So I really want to try out these skills later, at least. But we'll see about it. For now, the thing I can do, if I go into research, there's the weapons, equipment, outposts, food, pharmacology. So if we go to weapons, I have enough materials for the mods 1 for barrels. So if I unlock this one, it progresses our research. So we could unlock the barrel mods too, but we need skill points for it. But for the first rank, we can do it without any skills. Let's do it. I have a bunch of these materials, and we also get experience while doing it. Oh, 8 points. Oh, almost forgot. I did a couple of these already, but anyway. Oh, let's go to ship. I also have this item, Synapse Alpha. Research projects require fewer resources. Should have used it before doing my research, but whatever. They were cheap. Let's use this one. Oh, I had 2 in my inventory already. Okay, so now we can continue with our researching. Let's do it. Let's complete this one. This one. Okay, for the weapons we have researched everything that we can without skills. So it unlocked the possibility to get later barrels, grips and stocks. optics and other stuff. We'll need it. For the suit, can complete the helmet mods one. Let's do it. And it unlocks helmet mods 2, spacesuit mods, and hack modes. We'll need the space skills for the spacesuit skills for these ones. Next, might as well research the other ones for the experience. I have enough materials, I think. So this is the research for pharmacology, for the drugs. Let's do it. Research this one. Okay. Probably won't be crafting any of the drugs, but whatever. We can unlock them anyway. The foods, cuisine, I don't have materials. I need bread, red meat and cheese. Might as well get them later. But I can unlock the beverage development and mixology. Okay. Mixology. Completed. Okay. We're done with this one. And the manufacturing for the outpost. Might as well do this for the experience. If I have enough of stuff that requires. I don't have the adaptive frame. I'll buy it later. Or maybe I have. Never mind. Decoration. And robots. Okay. So I think I have completed all the researches that are available with my current skill level, which is 0. Except the one for the food. So anyway, we're done with the research we have available. Now let's go to the workbenches. So we have the weapon, industrial, and the spacesuit. There's the quick save, the weapon one. I probably won't upgrade anything for now, because we don't have much of the mods, but I'll show what this means. So we go to, let's say, our legendary express calibrated grindle. There's the barrel. So it currently has installed tech barrel. It's, I think, the best one of all the choices that is available to us. So you see the red numbers means it's bad, green it's better. So it's the best of them all, it seems, for the most part. Laser sight. I could install... I could remove the laser sight. Why should I? It would decrease my stats. And the other ones, optics. It's a iron sight for now. I could install the reflex sight for aluminum, for fluorosilanes and adhesives. Might as well do one upgrade for good measure. Okay, 1 experience for that thing. Muzzle has a suppressor currently. I could unequip it. And the other ones require muzzle mods. I could install a compensator with increased range. I'll keep the suppressor for now. Grip and stock. I could install tactical grip. Might as well do it. Magazine and battery. Armor piercing rounds. I don't have the magazine and battery mods available. I only have the resources, so no deal. Internal.
Never mind.
High powered, high velocity. Don't have the skills. Receiver. This one that I would like to change, but I don't have the ability. I would like to get this semi-automatic or a burst fire version, because it increases physical damage for the singular bullet, but it needs receiver mods 1. Too bad. And the skin is default. So all of these mods work with all of these weapons. Maybe later I'll look what I can unlock after we get some more skills into the science tree. For the spacesuit, it's a similar thing. So like if we go to our Mantis spacesuit, it doesn't have any mods installed. I could install, let's see, I can install ballistic shielding, increases physical reduction, so let's do it.
Keep you alive a bit longer.
Yep. Good for now. And slot 2 has no modes, I can't install anything. Slot 3, nothing. Slot 4, also nothing. Skin, no. Plated Mantis pack, let's see. No mods available, nope. And boost pack, basic boost pack, no boost pack, balanced. Can change the, even change into the power boost pack, or no boost pack. Okay. And the skin is default. Let's see, and the helmet. Okay, we can install a more physical. Well, we can increase shielding too. Energy. Ooh, we can install any of these. Let's see. Let's increase energy 1. Okay. Mode 2. Don't have anything. 3 nothing. 4 nothing. Skin nothing. Okay. Good enough for now. For our current skills. Next we will, after we don't have anything useful to upgrade, like the ones that, the skills that we use the most, we'll go into the science tree. But before that I think we'll be upgrading weightlifting, because carry capacity is crucial. I always keep needing more capacity on my character, so we'll be upgrading this one too. Okay, what's next? Okay, enough of the tactical stuff. Our current mission is to find Percival. So he is outside somewhere, I think, in the base that we already completed, so we can fast travel to it. No point in walking on foot. Oh, see, our reflex sight is already working. Okay, let's get down. Let's find this Percival dude. Okay, where is he? Okay, can I reach this location from my current area? I think so. Yep, I can. Unlock the drill waste room key. Let's see. We haven't been in this location yet. Okay. Oh, it's even deeper cavern than I thought. Creepy sounds.
This explains why the miners ceased drilling. Someone must have missed this natural cavern on the geological survey. Shame.
Oh, so they cannot drill that tunnel because there's a cavern. I see. Somebody, as Sarah said, somebody failed at surveying this location. Yup. They could have fallen down pretty hard. Okay, where is this dude? Expert storage. Okay. Let me open it. And we are in.
Easy money.
Reddit, navigator, skip pack, sterile, nanotubes, okay. Good enough. At least I'll take the experience that we get. Okay. How deep in the cave is this guy hiding?
Constructing that massive structure in this cavern must have been quite a feat. I suppose it was a bit like building a ship in a bottle.
Okay, should I go around or should I went into that cavern? Let's see. If I can go through this way. I think I can. Right? How big is this cave? And this is an optional area completely. Okay. Nothing in these containers. Okay, so we can go down. Wait. Was there anything back in this area? Okay, these both areas are connected, it seems. Electric generators, probably powering this whole mine. Okay.
I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor.
Let's talk.
Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing nefarious old men by wiping away their hard-earned debts?
Dr. Walker, I've got a tissue sample I need analyzed. Full workup.
Tissue sample? You came all the way down here for that? Must be some damn important cells. You want to tell me what I'm about to be staring at?
Pteromorph cells from a world too young to have one.
A fast-growing pteromorph. That is concerning. Who exactly told you to bring this to me?
Might I say her name, Hadrian Sanon.
Hadrian? She gave you this? If she made you come all the way for this... Let's get inside. I need to see these cells.
Red Devils HQ. Okay. No city hustler outfit. An empty display. Okay.
Gonna ask you to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests.
Nobody says me not to
you
touch.
mentioned how you took care of the dead. Can't say I'm thrilled the Trade Authority got their mitts on the research, but I guess that's the price you pay not to live in a cave the rest of your days.
Okay. Look at our sample.
All queued up. Let's gaze into this abyss, shall we? All right, just get those cellular markers tagged. Wait, where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all on a slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. You're not lying to me? Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen, I'd be mad and very, very relieved.
So Hadrian wasn't mistaken? That sample's a concern?
She was disconcertingly correct. Trying little habit of Adrian's. Which is why, if you wanted to have your film crew jump out and yell surprise, I wouldn't be saddened in the least.
The sample's not fake. I collected it from a terror morph myself.
Can't just humor an old man, huh? This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst terramorph attack in human history. I presume you've heard of Londinian.
I think I heard about it in the what you call it, the tour we had. Hadrian, and also Hadrian mentioned it. Sounds like quite a tragedy.
It was. An entire city wiped off the map. The swarms were so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off from the galaxy at large. Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack, but the ones that did, well, they look just like this one. I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures this specimen ever sat on a ship while it was alive, either. I don't think it was transported to Tal Ceti. This specimen, it grew there, faster than any terramorph should. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human-terramorph relations, where big, sudden Londinian-style attacks can happen outside Londinian, that's not gonna end well for humanity.
It would be the end of us as a species.
So, you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You want to tell me what your plans are for it now?
No idea. But you said the Londinian attack was massive, right? Why is one odd terramorph so scary?
Because until now, the terramorphs that wiped out Londinian had the good sense to stay put. What happened there? It was a tragedy, but at least it was contained. So to find evidence for a similar attack on a different world, well, we don't have enough information to know precisely what this means. But I doubt it's good. So I'd love to know what it is you're planning from here.
Orders are to take you and that analysis to Hadrian. She should be waiting at the 6th circle.
The circle, huh? Could use a drink about now. Here, faster we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstances, I'm inclined to just ask forgiveness. Let's get going. I'm following you, friend.
So this place, Lowe mentioned, it's the old Red Devils HQ, right?
That's right. UC shuttered it after the war, but I just happened to remember the access codes. Figure no one else was using it. Plus, I knew the security was good enough that the Trade Authority couldn't just come waltzing in the door even if they figured out where I was. So, I set up shop. Lou hooked me up with some supplies when I first came down. Damn good thing he did, too. Since once those spacers moved in, I was on my own until you showed.
What you do to get Octai and the Trade Authority so upset with you?
The ultimate sin. I cut him out of a deal. Medicine can get tight on Mars. Mining's plenty dangerous. So I cooked up some meds on the side for an old friend who was running low. Well, that friend told her friends, and before I knew it, I'd become Mars' go-to black market pharmacist. Trade Authority eventually found out and wanted a piece of everything I'd sold, and then some. It was at that point I decided to take my leave of absence.
Be honest with me. How bad is it that the sample is matched for the ones from Londinian?
It's certainly not good. Terramorph attacks don't bother us in our daily lives because they're so infrequent. Londinian was horrible, but it was one rare exception. Another sample, though, gets us one step closer to it becoming the rule, which means we need to get this information into the right hands as soon as possible.
Is it safe to presume you worked for this UC Xenowarfare Team 2?
Someone spilled the beans, huh? Yeah, Hadrian and I. We're both former Xeno warfare, but it's been almost 20 years since the UC cut us loose. Since then, well, I've just been trying to make ends meet, picking up jobs as a lab tech, a physician, a vet. Not a lot of folks excited to hire someone with a past like mine. Which is why, when the Trade Authority offered to bring me on as a consultant, I leapt at the chance. Guess I should have spent a little more time on that fine print.
Alright. Okay, before leaving, for our meeting with Hadrian, I want to look and loot all over this place. So maybe there's some cool items hidden somewhere. Ooh. Ship missiles permanently deal 5% more damage. Too bad I don't use ship missiles. Okay, some ammunition. Can't even use the bed. This area is pretty weird. Okay, never mind. Let's leave. Follow me, guys. Back to Mars surface. Okay, so let's get back to our ship. Okay, we're back to Cydonia. Let's find this location we need to meet at. Okay, elevator, platform 2. Oh, she's here.
Adrian.
Percival. My God, look at you. You're an old man now.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say...
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back.
Okay. Let's see what they think of next. What I need to do.
The Red Devils aren't exactly your average bar crowd. You can see it in their eyes. We don't belong here.
Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down. Yeah, I can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
Makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being too much trouble.
A little more gunfire than I usually like on my delivery jobs, but nothing I couldn't manage.
That's certainly not what I was expecting you'd have to go through. But thank you. I'm just glad you both came through intact. So, were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's gonna take to access our old Terramorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the Cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? And House Varun somehow? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the Cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. They've agreed to hear us out on 2 conditions. 1, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And 2, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti. With both of us.
Okay. What's the Armistice Archives? And what's it have to do with the Freestar Collective and House of Varun?
Well, when the Colony War came to a close 19 years ago, with the signing of the Armistice, 3 factions were involved in the negotiations. The UC, Freestar, and House Varun. They made a lot of decisions about what sort of tactics should and shouldn't be permitted in future conflicts. All information related to the things they decided should be banned was locked away in the archives. Now, it's possible to get things out of there, but only with the agreement of members from all 3 factions. And as to what our research is doing in there, well, I'll get to that.
The Cabinet, what's that?
The Cabinet's the UC's highest governing body. The President, top military brass, scientific and diplomatic division heads. Any major decision the UC makes goes through them. They're the only real chance we've got of unlocking the archives. So without their blessing, we're flying blind.
Okay. If all you need is someone to charm some higher-ups, I'm the guy. Sure.
Well, that's about the best news I've had all day. But before you commit, I want to make sure you know the whole story. Percival and I, we're not just researchers. We were military scientists, ran a division of the UC together that deployed aliens on the battlefield as weapons.
Place I was hiding out. That was our unit's home base.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC xeno-warfare. A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what we'd done.
Okay, then what does that make you two now? Is the UC going to throw me in prison for helping you?
No. We were both dismissed after the war for what we did. These days, we're just concerned citizens with a very particular area of expertise. Our damage has been done for a long time.
I was wondering if you were ever going to share that nugget with me.
Oh. You already knew. I'm sorry about that. It didn't seem relevant in the moment, and well, it's not something I'm exactly proud of. But it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to explore deploying terramorphs on the battlefield. The project never got off the ground, but the data our team gathered is now sitting in the archives, along with all the other information banned after the Colony War. Under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic factions still participating in regular politics. But if we can convince the cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher what exactly this sample might mean. And hopefully, how to prevent more attacks like the one that spawned it.
And why should I trust you with this data? How do I know it's not dangerous?
Because the Terramorph project was doomed from the start. Terramorphs are too mean, too smart, too hungry to be used in combat. Trust us, we tried. The data that's in the archives, it's historical write-ups, anatomical notation, food chain analyses. I doubt they would have even classified it if it didn't have a Xeno-warfare logo on it. You have my word. It's not a threat.
Why wouldn't the cabinet agree to help us?
I mean, I hope they will, given the evidence we've acquired. But getting the Freestar Collective and House Varun on our side, that won't be easy.
Since neither group is exactly on great terms with the UC at the moment, for various reasons.
Exactly. It's going to mean negotiations and deals and plenty of diplomatic legwork to see this through. But I don't see a better option to solving what's going on here. So it's gonna be up to us to get them on board.
Okay. Okay, then let's go to talk to this cabinet.
All right. I'm gonna go get this work up into the cabinet's hands. I'll meet you out front of Mast in New Atlantis.
Good luck. You two are gonna need it.
Can I help?
Thank you again for taking care of this workup. I'll see it gets in the right hands.
So this data we're after was banned. That's why we need all this help to get to it.
Exactly. To access the archives, we need to get the UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun to all agree to help. And just getting the UC alone on board is going to be hard enough. I don't expect the cabinet's going to be thrilled about the prospect of rocking that diplomatic vessel.
What do you think the sample matching one from Londinian could mean?
I wish I knew. Despite the difference in scale of the two attacks, the samples having the same markers, it's too big of a red flag to ignore. But whether it's something internal to these morphs that's different, or something common in the environments, or something else completely, we can't know yet. We just need more information. That's why we need to speak to the cabinet.
Why didn't you tell me who you were sooner?
When people find out who I am, it usually makes things complicated. And the situation we were in back on Tau Ceti, in that moment, we sure as hell didn't need any added complications.
Okay. Do you have anything to
You
say?
should head out.
Nope.
You and Hadrian have a big job ahead of you.
Let's see. Our next objective is to meet Hadrian in the New Atlantis Mass District. Okay. I'll see you guys in our ship. Okay. Let's get back to New Atlantis and meet with Hadrian there.
Stable orbit achieved. You can stay here forever. Well, for a while anyway.
Driver spinning down.
This is United Colony Space. Maintain current course while we scan for contraband.
I don't have anything on my inventory, so no need to scan. Okay, let's go directly to the mass district.
Captain! Over here!
I'm here.
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
Oh boy. So we have clones in the human history too. Let's see. You're a clone of a man. How does that work?
A non-trivial amount of gene editing. Clone, honestly, isn't even really the right term for our relationship, thanks to the amount of donor material that was required to bring me into this world. He and I are different on more than a few levels, but there's no denying the fact we're inextricably linked.
Are there others from your program still out there? Other clones?
I'm the last. A few of my siblings, they passed when we were young. Training accidents and the like. But most of the rest were deployed to the front lines during the Colony War, and they never came back. Not a day goes by where I don't think about what the world would look like with them still in it.
Okay. This Ve Victus must have been an impressive commander for the UC to want to clone him.
He would have happily told you he was one of the greats. Ultimately, though, it didn't matter. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death, on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
What did your father do to merit being executed?
He had his men open fire on civilian ships during the Battle of Cheyenne. A battle that he ultimately ended up losing anyway, devastating the UC fleet and bringing the Colony War to an ugly end for the UC. But he's also the one who ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport during their outbreak, condemning countless lives. Both sides agreed the settled systems would be better without him.
You're not your father. If the cabinet doesn't see that, it's their problem, not yours.
I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or, if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
Your eyes, they're red. Is that a result of the cloning process? I was about to say there are some characters with red eyes.
That's actually a souvenir from my time on Mars. The Red Devils unit I was a part of, they were founded by recruits who'd worked some of Mars' deepest mines. Folks used to adversity. The dust at those depths, it seeps into everything. The human eye included. Where the name Red Devils came from in the first place. It became an unwritten rite of passage that anyone wanting to enlist with the Devils had to do a stint in the mines before they could join up. The Devils were always talked about in such revered tones during my training, so as soon as I was old enough, I signed up. And the eyes were my parting gift.
I see. Are you willing to tell me any more about your father?
I mean, we never spent a lot of time together. He was too busy being Fleet Admiral to deal with kids. I was raised by a pair of Guardians instead. Until his defeat during the Colony War, though, he was known as an extremely effective commander. Savvy. Perceptive. That mind opened a lot of doors for him. And for me, too. But Eyewitness, for all his ability, was heartless. Ruthless to a fault. In the end, that's what cost him his life.
Any suggestions on what I should say to the cabinet?
Well, thinking about it more, I suspect there'd be value in sharing the fact that the Terramorph project was, well, a failure. There's no need to be afraid of this data being weaponized. Knowing that should calm some of the cabinet's fears and make it easier for us to dispel any suspicions the other factions might have about our intentions.
So, honestly, what are the risks of us accessing this data?
Eye strain from the amount of reading I've got on the horizon if we succeed. The Terramorph project never went anywhere. It couldn't. They're deadly creatures, but they aren't xenoweapons. The cabinet not opening the archives is probably a bigger risk than them handing over the files. That data itself isn't dangerous, which probably wouldn't be a bad point for us to bring up, should the opportunity arise.
Okay, don't have any questions, no.
Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Something you still wanted to...
Okay, nothing.
Sounds like
Let's
our
see.
cue.
Let's
Here
go
we
to
go.
these dudes. Cabinet chambers, interstellar affairs. Let's see what we have there.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Okay, just following orders.
Well, I'll be sure your commanding officer hears that you've done them satisfactorily. Now then, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
We're still trying to figure out what we are facing. We can't make an informed decision without data.
That is something to consider. Though we also have to take into account the nature of the data you require.
Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
It wiped out a colony that never saw it coming. That's pretty alarming.
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
Let's see. Okay, personally, I would wait. We don't have enough information yet.
Agreed. We collect as much data as we can, then, when cooler heads prevail, we make an informed decision.
Yes, given what we've heard, I find myself in agreement, Captain.
No, the Captain is precisely right. We could hardly be expected to make a galaxy-affecting decision on such scant evidence.
Yes, a fair assessment, Chief Diplomat. So then, while the data you two have presented is compelling, I think we can safely say it's insufficient for the level of action you've requested. Perhaps once we've...
What
was that?
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Holy shit.
Incident?
Don't tell me we are
Sergeant,
getting
what's
attacked
happening?
by xenomorph or something.
There's been an attack at the spaceport.
Terrormorphs, I mean.
Terrormorphs.
Xenomorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
Easy peasy.
Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
I like how the alarm instantly lowered down the defenses of the windows. Pretty high-end security this place has. Ooh. You see security. These guys are working pretty hard here. Let's see what we have here.
The EM rifle, grab it! Now!
Why are humans attacking?
That's it.
What? Equip the EM weapon. Sure. Oops, wrong menu. Modified EM. Equinox. Electromagnetic beams. Okay.
Everything you've got.
Incapacitate the attackers. So these random dudes are for some reason attacking everyone around them. My attack damage with this weapon is ass. Okay. Talk with me.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready.
Okay. So does this mean I need to worry about you turning on me?
I honestly was just wondering the same thing. But no, you don't need to worry about me. I've had a Terramorph try it on me before. I'm not susceptible. So we'll just have to make sure to watch out for each other down there.
Are you suggesting Terramorphs can control someone's mind?
I'm not suggesting. It's documented behavior. The result of the projection, though, can vary wildly. Some folks just shrug it off. Others hallucinate. And some lose control altogether. They'll lash out at anyone around them, but still be aware while they're doing it. Those cases, you'll either need to knock them out with EM fire, or free them by killing the Terramorph.
Sounds like we need to hustle.
Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them. The Nat car should be unlocked.
We need to get down there ASAP.
Okay. Let's get going to kill these a-holes.
What was that?
My God, no time to waste, Captain. Boots in the dirt.
It's even happening during the night to make it scarier. Okay, okay.
You might back up. Don't just stand there. Good.
Damn. He's trying to control me.
Captain, the boy should be okay. It's not real. Whatever you're experiencing right now is not real. We have to put down that floor.
I already did.
Experts? We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, got one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Okay.
We're going to hold.
So where are those supplies you have? Firearm leader.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with Terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here, but we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us.
Are you sure you're not going to turn on us out there?
We're not afraid, but we'll stay here and hold the line if that's what you want. You're the experts.
We'll handle this. You two stay
Your
put.
call. We're on the line.
Don't want them turning back on me and then needing to use that shit laser. Let's use our big boy weapon. So there are 2 of them. Let's go for the closer one. shit. Easy. I like this weapon. I'll take everything. And the second one. Damn, this airport is destroyed. At least my ship is still in good condition. Let's see. Easy.
Target down. Nice work, Captain.
It's over. Thank God.
You
If
okay?
these things reached the populated
Vitals all
areas
still
of
where
the
they're
city,
supposed to be?
we would have had an absolute massacre on our
Sarah,
hands.
stop talking. Guess it's pretty lucky we were here. Huh?
Almost hard to believe. Suppose we were just in the right place at the right time.
You ever think more attacks would happen so soon?
Not in a million years. Another attack, just as we're making our request? It's insane. If this doesn't convince the cabinet to proceed with our request, I don't know what will.
Okay. Let's find this Sergeant Yumi. So these two terramorphs did everything, all the damage in this airport. What the hell? They seem pretty weak to me.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. Universe put the right people in the right place.
You all held the line. You're the heroes here, not us.
Certainly doesn't feel like it.
I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the terramorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Okay, nothing else to say? Nope. Let's get back to the President.
They said you all saved the city down there. Thank you.
Okay, let's find out what they will tell us.
That's a relief to hear. Captain? Hadrian? It would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Agreed. Thank you.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, after today's events, the cabinet has decided to revisit its previous decision. We will be supporting your collection of the terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
Me? Why not send a diplomat? Someone trained for this sort of thing.
The cabinet wants progress, and wants it quickly. You're already far more familiar with the situation than any diplomat would be. There's also no diplomat alive that can claim they helped keep a cadre of terramorphs off the embassy doorsteps. The cabinet was unanimous. They want you.
If you're sure that's the wisest course of action.
We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us?
And what do I get for being a UC citizen?
It has its perks. Only citizens can purchase property in the city. We also pay reduced prices on most goods and services across the UC. There's also a credit disbursement when you first join. Help get you on your feet. But above all, you'd become a dedicated part of the greatest faction in the galaxy. If you're willing to help us, we can open that door.
Sure, you can count on me, ma'am.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
You've got the Cabinet's full backing to prevent more attacks. Understand?
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for that data.
We didn't get where we are.
I think this is a good place to pause the video. I hope you enjoyed this pretty cool looking episode. We had a attack on the main city, so it feels like this side quest for the faction had more action than the main story of the game, at least for now. So we'll see what will happen next. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next part. Bye everyone.